Hello everyone. Welcome to the Blockchain News Club. I am so excited to bring the latest update in the development of CBDC in India and how it all ties up with XRP. Global adoption of XRP has one major concern, and that is the lack of clear regulation and a robust legal framework to support operations with digital assets and cryptocurrencies. With the new development in CBDCs among the G20 nations and the long list of financial partnerships, XRP is set to act as a bridge currency. Since 1990, India has taken progressive steps towards innovation in digital payments. Starting with electronic clearing service in 1990 to the implementation of the Unified Payments Interface in 2016, the Indian payment system has made steady progress in modernizing the payment infrastructure and institutionalizing a robust payments ecosystem. Taking yet another step forward, the Reserve Bank of India launched the Central Bank Digital Currency Pilot with select banks on December 1, 2022. Even though the UPI and COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the adoption of digital payments, in the Indian context, cash is still king. Therefore, the moment was opportune for the RBI to step in and bring in necessary digital interventions to reduce this serious dependency on cash. And when the CBDC pilot was launched on 1 December, it was received positively by the industry. Managing and monitoring cash is not just a regulatory burden but is an expensive affair for businesses as well. And within this context, the CBDC pilot can be viewed as a watershed moment that will have far-reaching consequences for the Indian economy. The RBI defines the CBDC as a legal tender issued by a central bank in a digital form. It is the same as a sovereign currency and is exchangeable at par with the fiat currency. It will be accepted as a legal tender, and a safe store of value by all citizens, enterprises, and government agencies. The biggest benefit for the general public is that they would not be required to carry and manage cash. Hence, there is no risk of losing cash. In the e-rupee system, even if someone loses the phone, the wallet can be reinstalled, and the money can be recovered. People can transact freely without having to worry about managing and replacing torn notes. In due course, it will enable underbanked and unbanked people to directly receive government grants and cash benefits. With e-rupee wallet, people will have access to better financial services, especially in the remote areas. Safeguards people from losing money due to the circulation of counterfeit currencies. Instant settlement of transactions via wallet-to-wallet transfers. In due course, people will be able to transact in offline mode as well. Today India spends close to $6 billion in printing physical cash. Not to forget the countless trees that are felled and the consumption of enormous quantities of ink in printing currency notes. For one, the transition to e-rupee will be a significant gain to the exchequer and the environment. Moreover, retail outlets, stores and banks will reduce substantial overheads to manage high volumes of cash. It will allow the government to address the growing concerns around the circulation of counterfeit notes. With e-rupee, every rupee will be verifiable. Despite various steps taken in strengthening financial inclusion, a lot still needs to be done. Challenges like limited physical infrastructure in remote areas, poor connectivity, lack of integration of credit with livelihood activities or access to other financial services may be overcome by providing the public with a safe sovereign digital money for meeting various transactional needs. It may be hoped that e-rupee shall make financial services more accessible to the unbanked and underbanked population. Unlike UPI or any other form of electronic payment, e-rupee transactions will not be settled via the current settlement process and therefore, will reduce the stress on the current interbank settlement processes. In the current context, physical exchange of cash leaves no trail. Therefore, it is almost impossible to track and trace how the cash changed hands. However, if it is required, the e-rupee will assist the government in tracing all transactions done via e-rupee. As is the case with most digital interventions, the moment these interventions go public, diverse and wide-ranging use cases emerge. The industry always finds unique and innovative ways to exploit opportunities in a manner that serves the interests of their organizations and their end customers. As the pilot goes on and as the product matures, we are certain we'll see far more uses for the e-rupee than we see today. With a sense of cautious optimism, we hope that the e-rupee truly transforms the way India transacts across cities, towns and villages. The RBI report states that regulating new technology and business models after they have grown to a systemic level is challenging. To promote responsible innovation and to mitigate financial stability risks in crypto ecosystem, it is vital for policymakers to design an appropriate policy approach. Ajay Seth, India's Economic Affairs Secretary, said earlier this month that the G20 members aim to build a policy consensus on crypto assets for better global regulation. Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said in October that crypto will be part of India's agenda during its G20 presidency, adding that she hopes a technology-driven regulation framework for crypto assets will be established. The members of the Group of 20, G20, are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the UK, the US, and the European Union. The group represents around 85% of the world's GDP. Ripple's managing director for South Asia and MENA, Naveen Gupta, has revealed more details about the company's plans for India. In an interview with local Indian media, Gupta confirmed that Ripple plans to create a corridor for India. The Ripple executive said that of the total remittances sent to India from abroad, 7% of the total value is lost due to fees. Ripple is keen to introduce the ODL, on-demand liquidity, solution to the India market to make remittances faster, easier, better and cheaper through the use of digital assets. Gupta also said the company is optimistic about India's progress in this area. Ripple has proposed to the Government of India a model legal framework. Presented in late June 2020, the framework proposes policies that will enable the country to benefit from blockchain technology and crypto trade. One of the most notable partnerships that Ripple has established in India is with SBI Holdings, a financial services conglomerate that is one of the largest banks in Japan. SBI Holdings has a partnership with Ripple to use the Ripple network and the XRP digital asset for cross-border payments, and it has also invested in Ripple. In addition to its partnership with SBI Holdings, Ripple has also announced partnerships with a number of other financial institutions and payment providers in India, including Axis Bank, Yes Bank, and IndusInd Bank. These partnerships are focused on using Ripple's technology, including the XRP digital asset, to facilitate cross-border payments and provide liquidity in times of financial crisis. India's Federal Bank, a commercial private bank, has partnered with Ripple to use its network for cross-border remittances. One of the platforms will purportedly allow non-resident Indians in the UAE to send money through exchange houses and banks using the virtual payment address of the recipient. Federal Bank, which netted $1.5 billion in revenue in 2018, reportedly controls 15% of the Indian remittances market and is exploring how new technologies like blockchain could help increase its share of business. IndusInd Bank announced that it has partnered with enterprise blockchain solution Ripple to facilitate cross-border payments. Through this partnership, Ripple can now provide instant access in emerging markets such as India, Brazil, and China, IndusInd Bank said in a release. Senior Executive Vice President at IndusInd Bank said that we plan to leverage the Ripple platform to provide an enhanced experience to our clients by delivering instant settlements and atomic confirmations on the back of a highly secure infrastructure. Building a digital platform that enhances client experience is a core part of our strategy, and we are confident that our partnership with Ripple is another step in that direction. Kotak Mahindra Bank, Kotak, joined Ripple's leading enterprise blockchain network, RippleNet, to provide impetus to its inward cross-border remittances. RippleNet will enable Kotak to reduce the average time associated with remittance payments, to minutes, versus several days, instantly settling cross-border payments and tracking the entire transaction process from end to end. Chief Digital Officer, Kotak Mahindra Bank said, "We harness new technologies to simplify and enhance banking services for our customers. RippleNet ticks all the boxes, and enables us to offer our customers a more transparent and efficient global payment service using blockchain. Joining RippleNet also expands our payment network globally by allowing us to connect with other members." A new Ripple report explores the challenges and potential for CBDCs against this backdrop and makes a number of key recommendations. Much like common standards allowed the Internet to become a global tool for the exchange of information, the paper argues for CBDCs as a means to create open payments protocols and facilitate the frictionless exchange of value across borders. In turn, this will create faster, cheaper, and more efficient payment infrastructures with lower failure rates, greater competition and access to global markets, increased access to financial services for unbanked populations, and government sovereignty over monetary policy. To realize this full potential, the 80% of central banks currently exploring CBDCs must embrace interoperability. This universal interoperability hinges on the use of open standards and neutral bridge assets optimized for speed, scalability, and cost to free up capital and enable the unrestricted movement of value between CBDCs. XRP ticks all the boxes, and it is crystal clear that the central banks and financial institutes has picked XRP to be the bridge currency. The price of XRP is set to soar beyond our wildest expectations. Buckle up your seatbelt and get ready for the ride of our lives. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for regular updates in the blockchain community.